Welcome back to VOP this morning. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has said that the construction of the long-awaited 37 kilometers fourth mainland bridge will begin by the end of March or April. Sanwo-Olu stated this on Thursday in an address at the Lagos West Senatorial District Town Hall meeting held at the Balmoral Convention Center, Sheraton, Ikeja. He highlighted that the government has done extensive study but still expressed his fears, saying that to get real financing for that kind of project, one needs to be very creative. He added that the government will ensure that they compensate everyone that will lose their properties or businesses as a result of the construction. The governor said he is committed to see that within the first quarter, meaning that by the end of March or April, they will break grounds to start the construction of the fourth mainland bridge. Meanwhile, at the same town hall meeting in Balmoral Convention Center, Sheraton, Ikeja, the governor said the Lagos Red Line Rail would be unveiled in February. Looks like the year 2024 have so many good things in store for Lagosians. And that is it. But as the case may be, I want to get the opinion of Barrister Darlington on this. You know, before now you said there's no more traffic again in your area and all that. You know, what is your take on the groundbreaking of the fourth mainland bridge in Lagos?
Thank you very much. You see, if you look at Lagos in terms of size, what Lagos needed is to take advantage of the water resources. A place like Venice, somewhere in Europe, the city was built on water. All this construction that warrant destruction of people's property and all that is not needed in Lagos, if you ask me. What we needed is, there is a master plan. Follow it. Landmass in size. Lagos is about 3,577 square kilometers. In fact, a local government in Niger State, Juku, is 4,000 square kilometers. That is far higher than Lagos. What Lagos needed is follow the master plan. Not when this government come in, they distort the plan to suit their own purpose. Another one will come. He will say, no, I don't want it this way. He will start all over again. What Sanwo-Olu is trying to do is not what Lagos here. That's not what we need now. The economy is not smiling. If you put that money in reviving all the companies in Lagos, if you put it in economic development, human resources, it will pay you far higher than this thing they want to do now. And I'm sure he will not finish that project before he leaves office. The next person may not even think, he may even tell us that that was a white elephant project. When your economy is down like this, there are things you don't think of. There are things you don't even want to talk about. What we needed is manage the ones you have, repair the roads in Lagos. Do you know what it will give, the joy it will give Lagosians if all the roads are tarred? That money you want to use to construct that thing. Repair all the roads, traffic will flow freely. It will flow. That is the problem of Lagos. There are no roads in Lagos. What Sanwo-Olu need is to do the roads in Lagos. And nobody will even bother about traffic. Because you have other areas to maneuver. You have other choices to take when it comes to movement. The blue whatever they did from my two to whatever. What is their revenue from? What is the revenue from there? Is it generating the required revenue? Let him give us the figures now before you start talking of another fourth mainland bridge.
Okay.
Let us the ones you have done. Go do your appraisal and see whether that rail line from my two to what's it called, CMS, whether it's generating revenue. To tell you whether Lagosians are even buying into it.
Okay.
That's what I expected them to do. Not this project that will cost money. It will cost money. I mean real money. And half of that money may go into people's private pockets.
All right, thank you for that. Dr. Olawale, we had the governor, talking about compensation of landlords and even tenants and people that have businesses in the areas that this bridge will be constructed, saying that they will be, they will compensate them. Does it mean that we don't really have a plan? Does it mean that Lagos State does not have a plan on how it should be before now, And if we do have plans on how Lagos should be, why would the government actually sell lands to people, knowing fully well that maybe there will be a time that they will be needing those areas? Why would they do that?
Okay, the major problem we have is in this country is in Nigeria is that there's no really proper town planning. Like town planning in this country is really not is not really being followed.
Okay.
For every community, for every state, there's a master plan. There's a plan of how the roads are going to pass here. The roads are going to pass here. Now, if you're now going to go away from the plan, the master plan, that means you are building your house on government properties. When the government wants to come and demolish it, they will not pay you anything because you are not. But now, since you are building, you are not interfering with the master plan. That's why the government will have to come and compensate you. Oh, sorry, we are sorry. It's our own fault. Let us compensate you. But what I would say is this: the compensation, is it going to be something tangible? Will it be tangible? Something that is really tangible? Now, it's a good initiative by the Lagos State government, making sure that the transportation system is better. I must say the BRT system has been working well. Commuting, now that even fuel has been high, most people actually park their cars and go take BRT. I, for myself, if I want to go to Ajah from here, I'd rather park my car down here, go to BRT station, take BRT, to and fro, and I spend less than 1,200 naira. So it's a good one. Now the blue line rail that started by last year, it's a good one too. But what the question is this: the return in how are they getting this investment they are doing? Are they getting good return on investment? Are they getting good return so that we not have just start wasting money on doing roads? Now, like what Barrister is saying, all the link roads in Lagos, try to repair them so that the pressure on the express road will be reduced. If all the link roads are being repaired, are being fixed, the pressure on Third Mainland Bridge, pressure on all the normal road, express road will reduce. In that way, you don't even have to start talking about Fourth Mainland Bridge. Now, the Third Mainland Bridge has been there for over 30 years, and the pressure. What made it weak like this is that the pressure on that bridge was too much.
Okay, all right, but don't you think that the reason for the Fourth Mainland Bridge is to actually reduce pressure on the third? Because, I mean, for those that would have to go from Lagos to Ikorodu, from Lekki to Ikorodu, rather than take Third Mainland Bridge, navigate their way all the way to Ojota and then head towards Ikorodu, they could just connect from Lekki to Ikorodu.
It's a good one. It's a good one. This was being talked when fuel subsidy was still, when there was still fuel at 160 something, like where everybody take their cars to the island. Now that fuel is 70 something naira,
fewer people take their cars around. You don't.
I can't remember apart from now that they're actually doing some construction on Third Mainland Bridge. Now, then, when you are going from the mainland to the island on Third Mainland Bridge, you spend at least 1 hour on that traffic, moving slowly. But now there is no traffic because lesser vehicles are now plying the road.
All right then.
I think the problem is lack of planning.
From the beginning.
Yes, from the beginning, even up till now.
Okay.
And there is no need for Lagos to be housing 4 seaports. With the size, the landmass in Lagos, it is. In fact, I don't even know how to describe it. Do you even think of the health of your people? Right now, these environmentalists are telling you that people that are living in the so-called Banana Island and these high-brow areas, that the air quality there is very poor. Very, very poor. We discussed it here in the other radio station. They now gave an inventory of all the localities, all the communities in Lagos. Their air quality very, very poor, and this is impacting on the health of your people, all because of all this pollution being generated by all these industries and all that around here. Do you need to tell Dangote Take your business to Calabar. Take that thing to Calabar. Look at the landmass he collected from a small Lagos. That place is like a city on its own. The land he collected there. Have you thought of the environmental problem that those people living around there are going to face when that thing begin to operate? The biggest refinery. Do you know the impact, the environmental impact it will have? Nobody thought of that too. Do you know the road there? Because it is only one road that is going from Mobile here. After that Zumbamba, is only one road going in and coming out. I think that's what they are trying to do, to construct that road. But you are forgetting that the more you are constructing the road, the more people are coming in because of that refinery. And there is no land to house them. That means traffic congestion will still come overtake that place. And you now start thinking of a fifth mainland bridge. All because of what you don't plan. Lagos is choking as I'm talking to you now because of it is impossible for you to have 4 seaports in one small land like this and you not have health problem. It's not possible.
All right. Nick Abdullah, let's get you into this conversation. Let's get your thoughts as well. And the governor did say that to get this sort of project, to get the money to run this, one has to be creative. But let's not forget that a pact was signed, a deal was signed. The budget for this Fort Mainland Bridge has been put at $2.5 billion. But then a deal was signed between the Lagos State government and Afrexim Bank and Access Bank to have what you call PPP, public-private partnership, to enable this go through. What would you say is happening that the government is talking about being creative? Isn't the money supposed to be on ground already?
Thank you very much. I have been listening to the passionate conversations that have been happening in the studio with my co-panelist. So before I answer your question, I want to weigh in to say that infrastructural development is very important, and all modes of transportation need to be catered for. Lagos geographically is a small space. It is densely populated, and the population of Lagos is increasing every day. As we speak today, there are people who are traveling to Lagos never with the intention of visiting. They are traveling to go there and remain there permanently. Even the federal government is relocating some of the departments and agencies of government back to Lagos. So what happens elsewhere is that the government look at population increase and they begin to build infrastructure to cater for this population increase. You don't wait for the population to increase, congestion to happen before you now start to build the infrastructure. You actually build it ahead. Elsewhere, like in the UK, if government notices that even the birth rate in a particular area is high, the government begins to build schools so that in 5 years' time, when those children that are being born now are ready for school, they will have school places. So the idea for the bridge is good. The bridge is needed, and the government doesn't even need its own money. They can give out that bridge to private sector who will build it and they mount tolls on it. A densely populated place like Lagos, what they need is actually rail transportation. Lagos should have both overground and underground rail transportation by now. It is rail that is going to move the traffic off the roads, and rail is the one that is perhaps the safest and most affordable public transportation means. That's what happens elsewhere. You go to a city like London, people are going to work today. They are going by road, by rail. And with rail, people can live in the outskirts. People can live in Akure and work in Lagos if we have an efficient rail transportation system. So what the governor says, back to your question, what the governor says, you need to be creative. Yes, I believe that what he means is that Nigerian government at all levels don't have the capital to engage into this kind of big capital project. So for you to be able to get these things done, you do what modern governments do, and that is you turn to the private sector who will bring in their funding, do the work, and then they get their dividends out. And like in Nigeria, we have done these things before. The NLNG is a PPP. You know, Nigeria owns the gas, but a consortium of oil companies, including Shell and co, have brought in their money. They have done the LNG, and today we're talking about Train 7. You know, if Nigeria were to run that LNG plant, I mean, even if you cannot do something as simple as refining crude, is it an LNG plant would have run? We will even not be on Train 1 yet. So that is how private sector can activate development in an economy. And Governor Sanwo-Olu knows what that means, and that I believe that's what he means by being creative.
Okay, Mr. Nika, while you were talking, you made mention of the rail and all that. We could remember that in 2018, the Lagos state government signed a sharing agreement with Federal Ministry of Transportation through the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority and even the Nigeria Railway Corporation to utilize the standard railway that they have. You know, while they were making that plan, they say that the train, or rather the rail corporation, will have 3 operations for a day, and Lagos, under their red line rail, will have other time, like they'll have other operations. Do you think, as it is now, that you know, here in government, here in Nigeria, do you think we have what it takes to pull such operation without having any hazard? The rail corporation says they will run their operation 3 operations in a day, and Lagos State to take over with the red line rail. Can we do that?
Before you respond, let's take a listen to the governor himself, where he made a statement concerning the rail project at the Balmoral Convention Center yesterday in Ikeja, Lagos. Let's take a listen, and then we'll come.
Come and help us commission the red line. It's in the month of February, and we have written officially to Mr. President that we're ready to commission the second train, which is the red line. And we're hoping that we can do it in the month of February.
Okay, back to you now, Mr. Nick.
Okay, so there are 2 things. Number 1, technologically, is it possible? Answer is yes. Then the second thing is management. Can government manage it? Possibly no. You see, Nigerian governments have shown over time that they are incapable of managing. It's not actually Nigerian government. To be honest, governments all over the world are not good managers of the economy, you know, of economic activities. They are better at regulation, but they are not good at being economic actors. I just gave you an example. The NLNG is private sector. It's a government business that is private sector managed, and is doing well. To Train 7, NNPC, that is managed by government, is doing nothing. So if you go to the London Underground, I mean, London Underground is like in Lagos. There's an underground train as deep as 5 kilometers in the ground that is running underneath. If you are in CMS, there's a train running under you. If you are in AKJ, a train is running under you. That's what they call the underground. The trains are running right underneath the buildings that are on top. If you go to some stations in the London Underground in London, a train will come every 1 minute. Every 1 minute. As it stops, offloads passenger, takes some passengers and goes. Within the next minute, the other one is stopping. So you have like 60 of those trains will come in on the station on average, you know, so that you are running 3 trips and all of that. Is technologically, it's not even a challenge. It can be done, but can the Lagos state government run this infrastructure? I don't think they have the capacity to do it. The private sector should be allowed to do this thing.
All right then. Well, let's get a
now, Moses. It surprises me that up till now, a city like Lagos, a mega city, the 5th economy in Africa, they don't have a bullet train. That is the thing all over the world. All this gigantic structure, look, the world is becoming smaller. Bullet train, Morocco have it. Even Indonesia celebrated their own the other time. That called them $8 billion. With this train, in fact, every 1 hour, over 1 million people moved around Lagos State. You and I know that. It will beat all these bridges and blue rail and all that. It will beat their performance in terms of movement. Bullet train. People will now, you won't even bother about living in Lagos. People will now be coming to work to Lagos from Ibadan. Because from Ibadan to here, it will about 30 minutes with that train. That is what I think they should be thinking of in this modern time. Not this gigantic this thing that they cannot even maintain. Look at Third Mainland now. Every 6 months they will close one part. Inconvenience you and I. They will be repairing it for another 6 months.
So you know that the government, when it launched the Blue Rail, there was this appeal to the people not to interfere with the running of it, because I mean the issue of Nigerians vandalizing such things is on the high. That's a possibility, and that's on the high. Should we deal with that first?
Are you not supposed to take care of such things by making sure you don't have agberos? Have we not told them who are the people doing this thing? Is it not the same boys who helped them during the election? Who else is doing it?
That's a tough allegation.
No, look at it now. Who are the people doing it?
Let's get your concluding
It
thoughts.
cannot be far from them. They are the ones doing it. So don't go there. They know they will do are doing all those things.
Okay.
They know.
Right, so let's get your concluding thoughts.
Because sorry, you remember when Dangote finished that Oroshoki, Aziz and all that?
Yes.
Sanwo-Olu went there to go and inspect the place and told those area boys in that place that they should leave that place. They told him to his face that we are not going anywhere. They told him it was in the news, and I used it in one other platform where I was talking. I said, look at that. Is that not an affront? That is what happened when you overindulge them. So Sanwo-Olu should be thinking of give Lagos State a bullet train. That's what we need. Not this your project that we will not even see when it will finish. That's what I'm saying. We need a bullet train in Lagos.
All right, those are your concluding thoughts.
Yes.
All right. Now, before I come to Dr. Olawale, let's listen. Let's take Nick Aguile's concluding thoughts. Nick, please. And Nick, as you give us your concluding thoughts, I would like to hear, solution to some of the problems we've discussed from the first topic into this one.
Yeah. So my concluding thoughts are that leaders at all levels, federal, state, and local government, should roll up their sleeves and do the hard work. You don't pronounce development into being. You are not God who by mere words of speech, he was able to bring about creation. You can only bring development by doing the real work. And when you do the real work, all the issues that you are tackling will be taken care of. So that's the message I'm making to our leaders. Like, roll up your sleeves, do the real work, and then matters can be solved. Like, if you are fighting inflation, don't fight inflation. Go and fight food security. Produce more food, and inflation will just walk away. So that is it. Then for infrastructural development, it's part of it. We need it. Nigeria is actually even the infrastructure we have now is decayed, and we need more. We're a population of over 200 million people. It takes a lot to do this. Right. The Nigerian economy is so small. Our budget size, federal government budget is about $20 billion. Right. To think about $20 billion for 200 million people, it's like a father in Lagos who is earning 20,000 naira and has 10 children. He can never lift his family out of poverty.
All right, thank you very much, Nick Agule, chartered accountant, a specialist in the oil and gas sector, and a public affairs commentator. Thank you for your thoughts. Dr. Olawale Olatu.
Yeah. See, we've been saying a lot of things, and Nick has said a lot, Barrister has said a lot, I've been saying a lot since. Well, this project by Lagos State government, it's a good one. It's a very good one. But the sustainability is the problem. How are we going to sustain it? When they started BRT that time, if you applied with BRT then, when it came, everything was smooth, AC. Now, if you enter BRT now, the heat that they no longer even put on the AC. Now the buses are not even getting there is no proper maintenance. That's the problem we have in the country. Now this blue line, this red line rail they want to do now, Now, my problem is this. If you check from Agege,
Press for time. Can you just
from press for time,
Yes, yes.
from Agege to Osun now, how are they going to make around these people staying and sleeping on the rails? Putting feces, if you play that, the smell that emanates from that place, because of people go there, defecate there, and then how are we going to do that? Because when this thing start operating, we start seeing people still. I think the Lagos State there was a rail, and they still demolished those rails. Then this these barricades, they demolished it. So what we should do now is how to enforce people going off the rail completely.
Okay.
Maybe we should have a real police because I think we need a reorientation of of our mindsets as Nigerians, because we just tend to bastardize and destroy.
Because
facilities.
let me just put it, because after those police officers leave there by 4 o'clock, when they close office by 4 o'clock,
yes.
the marketers resumes from 4 o'clock till the next morning.
Interesting. Oh, well, thank you very much, Dr. Olawale Olatubi. And also big thanks to Barrister Darlington Agumo. And, of course, thanks to Nick Agule as well. Thank you very much for your thoughts, gentlemen. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get into other segments of the show. Business is up next.